What the world witnessed wasn't just another night in sports entertainment history. It was the moment everything fans thought they knew about WWE was flipped upside down, transformed before their very eyes. On a recent episode of Monday Night Raw, something monumental occurred, something that may go down as one of the most dramatic, unpredictable, and transformative events in WWE's long and storied legacy. It wasn't just a return to the past. It was a bold reimagining. Triple H stepped into the spotlight, not to rekindle old glories, but to unveil a powerful evolution. The Shield, once the most dominant and disruptive force in WWE, wasn't being remembered. It was being reborn, not as a mere tribute, but as a calculated reinvention with seismic consequences. Yet, just as the WWE Universe began to wrap its head around this reawakening, a deeper, more jarring twist shattered the narrative. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the head of the table, and the most dominant world champion in recent WWE memory, made a chilling revelation. He didn't step forward to challenge this new group, nor did he endorse them. Instead, he peeled back the layers of the storyline, exposing a truth so shocking that it sent tremors through every corner of the WWE landscape. According to Roman, this wasn't just Triple H's creation. No, this was something far more orchestrated. It was, in Roman's words, the deliberate brainchild of one man, Cody Rhodes. Let's rewind to how this all began. Raw kicked off with Triple H alone in the ring, his demeanor grim, his voice filled with purpose. He didn't speak of championships, brands, or rivalries. He spoke of change, of a new chapter for WWE built not on tradition, but on chaos, justice, and a reclaiming of control. The lights dimmed. The arena was plunged into darkness. Then came the music, an eerie, guttural remix of the Shield's once iconic entrance theme. It was hauntingly familiar, yet clearly altered. More ominous. More volatile. From the shadows, three masked figures emerged, weaving through the crowd just as the Shield had once done in their earliest days. Their walk was deliberate, their attire tactical, their faces emotionless behind featureless masks. Tension crackled through the crowd as speculation ran wild. Who were these men? What did their presence mean? When they entered the ring, Triple H announced not the return of the Shield in name, but in ideology. The spirit of the group had never died, he claimed. It had simply evolved, waiting for the right moment to rise again. Now that moment had come. WWE, as it stood, was directionless. It needed order. It needed enforcers. One by one, the men removed their masks. First, Gunther, a towering, intimidating force, eyes burning with unspoken intensity. Known as the Ring General, he radiated dominance without uttering a single word. Next, Dragon Lee, a lightning-fast technician whose past was defined by honor and athleticism. The crowd gasped in disbelief at his allegiance. Finally, Ilya Dragunov, the embodiment of wild fury and relentless chaos. His scream toward the rafters was visceral, veins bulging, energy erupting. These three, side by side, raised their fists in a familiar salute. The message was clear. A new breed of justice had arrived. Backstage, panic spread. Seth Rollins, the architect of the original Shield, watched in stunned silence alongside allies Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. His knuckles whitened. This wasn't just a storyline twist. This was personal. His own legacy was being usurped. Elsewhere, Paul Heyman appeared deeply troubled. Whispering urgently into his phone, he vanished from view. The implications were enormous. If Triple H truly re-engineered the Shield, then everything Heyman and Reigns had built, the empire of the bloodline, was now in jeopardy. But what unfolded on SmackDown days later redefined everything. Roman Reigns came to the ring alone, no Usos, no Solo Sikoa, just himself, a microphone, and a dangerous smirk. The audience buzzed with anticipation. Then he dropped the hammer. Roman declared that the real mastermind wasn't Triple H, nor the men in the ring. It was Cody Rhodes. The crowd fell into stunned silence. According to Roman, Since failing to finish the story at WrestleMania, Cody hadn't retreated. He had been plotting. Quietly. Methodically. Roman accused Cody of manipulating the entire situation from the shadows, turning WWE's most iconic brotherhood into a weapon of change. He claimed Cody had met secretly with Gunther before his supposed injury, had approached Dragunov behind the scenes in NXT, and had shown Dragon Lee footage of the Shield to inspire a new revolution. "You want to know who the puppet master is?" Roman asked, glaring into the camera. "It's Cody." Then, as if summoned by prophecy, Cody Rhodes made his entrance. Dressed sharply, eyes calm yet unreadable, he stepped into the ring. But instead of denying the allegations, he gave the WWE Universe 4 simple words. "What if I did?" The crowd exploded. Cody leaned in and gave a speech that sent chills through even the most jaded fan. He admitted he was tired of being overlooked, tired of playing by the old rules, tired of legacy gates slamming shut in his face. Maybe he didn't want to chase justice anymore. Maybe he wanted to be justice. Roman listened, expression tightening. Cody then aimed a verbal dagger straight at Reigns' identity. "You call yourself the tribal chief, the protector of legacy. But you've only ruled by fear and control. That's not leadership, it's insecurity." Roman's response was measured but cold. "You've started a war you can't win." And then it happened. Just like before, Gunther, Dragunov, and Dragon Lee emerged from the audience, encircling the ring. Their presence was no longer symbolic. It was a declaration. This wasn't rumor. This wasn't misdirection. This was a mutiny. Gunther removed his mask, his eyes cutting into the camera lens like steel. Dragon Lee followed, his energy radiating agility and danger. Finally, Dragunov unmasked, wild and untamed, signaling that chaos now had direction. Together, they stood behind Cody Rhodes, not as his followers, but as his equals in this new crusade. Roman slowly lowered his mic and exited the ring, not out of fear, but out of strategy. He understood this war wouldn't be decided in a single match or a single pay-per-view. This was the beginning of a saga that would bleed into Money in the Bank, fester through SummerSlam, and potentially reach its climax at Survivor Series or even WrestleMania. Meanwhile, backstage, Seth Rollins descended into fury, throwing chairs and shouting as Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed tried to restrain him. He wasn't watching a storyline. He was witnessing the theft of everything he helped build. And elsewhere, Paul Heyman left the building in a black vehicle, shaken, hands trembling. He knew something no one else did. Cody Rhodes might not just be coming for Roman Reigns. He could be aiming to dismantle everything and everyone. Now, with only days before Money in the Bank, the WWE Universe braces for impact. A new Shield has risen under a different philosophy, guided not by Triple H, but by the American Nightmare himself. Roman Reigns is no longer just defending a title, he's protecting his very identity. Seth Rollins is being torn between pride and rage. Paul Heyman watches the pieces fall and wonders if this is the rebirth of WWE or the start of its downfall. Alliances have been shattered, betrayals are unfolding in real time, and the battle for WWE's very soul has begun. The fuse has been lit, and Cody Rhodes is holding the match.
The Storm ISN.